Good afternoon, gentlemen, the distinguished speakers at the inaugural session and the participants of the 16th edition of the Power Plant Summit. Welcome you all for this first program on the virtual mode. We have very privileged to have a very elite panel of speakers at this inaugural session. We have Mr. Pankaj Bhatia leading us with the welcome address and moderate the whole session. And we have Mr. R.S. Lal, plant head of Nabha Power, Mr. D.V. Deshpande from GMR Baroda, and of course, we are privileged to have Mr. Sarkar, who is the chairman of the Power Plant Summit 2020, and also the executive director of NTPC. Without much further ado, may I request Mr. Pankaj Bhatia, member of the judges panel of the National Award for Excellence in Energy Management. He is somebody who is known to all the people in the power sector. He was the one who they initiated a major activity with NTPC, which led to a sort of an energy efficiency movement in the entire power sector. We are privileged to have you, sir, leading us and supporting us on various power plant related initiatives. May I request you to deliver the welcome remarks and take forward the session. Mr. Pankaj Bhatia, please.
Thank you, Mr. Venkatagiri. Good afternoon to all. I take privilege in extending this warm welcome to all the participants on the 16th edition of Power Plant Summit 2020. Shri R.S. Lal, Shri Deshpande ji, Shri D. Sarkar, Chairman of the Power Plant Summit and Executive Director NTPC Limited, Shri Venkatagiri, and the distinguished guests and speakers, ladies and gentlemen. A very good afternoon. It's a wonderful occasion to be part of this knowledge-rich forum where we can share and learn the latest technologies, sustainability challenges, and the best practices from the best of the industry. The Power Plant Summit over the years have been one of the main programs related to energy efficiency for thermal power plants in India. Over the years, several of the thermal power plants have been involved with the summit as well as Energy Award and have not only contributed but also gained from the vast knowledge and information shared in the summit. This is the first time that virtual summit edition is taking place. The 16th edition would witness many eminent national and international speakers this time. New session topics such as with contributions from Electric Power Research Institute, the latest trends and best practices from Japanese thermal power plants have also been included into the benefit of all the participants. The thermal power plants for quite some time have been posed with several issues and challenges. To name a few, we have coal shortages, high heat rates, stricter emission norms, integration of renewable energy, and open access restrictions, and also the flexibility of operation issues and the pricing and the schedules because of the introduction of the renewable energy have also come into place. But the sector is facing the biggest challenge yet through this COVID-19 pandemic. COVID-19 had an impact on power sector with a decrease in power supply during the lockdown period. However, as the lockdown has softened, the recovery seems faster. The Power Plant Summit, with its theme, Achieving World-Class Standards for Thermal Power Plants through Improved Energy Efficiency, Environment Management, and Flexible Operations, will be the focus on some of the major challenges faced by the sector. It will also try to bring out some of the latest achievements, advancements, and technologies which can be adopted by the sector for improving the performance. The 21st National Energy Awards for Excellence in Energy Management is being organized between 25th to 28th August 2020. This year, the Energy Award sees representation from almost all major power groups in the country, be it NTPC, Adani, Reliance, GMR, Tata, SEBs, and others. I hope the sharing of the best practices among the participants will be fruitful for the entire power sector. TII GBC has conducted energy audits, benchmarking studies, and the performance improvement studies in more than 100 gigawatt of installed power capacity in Indian power sector, including IPPs and CPPs. With this vast experience in energy efficiency, it is also coming up with manual on best practices manual for Indian thermal power plants. This is a fifth in series of the best practices manual released for the sector. The manual is a good collection of case studies from the areas like reliability, energy efficiency, asset utilization, etc. I hope this case study manual would help the plants in improving the energy efficiency in their plants. Before we move, I would like to welcome our eminent guests at the inaugural, Mr. DV, Mr. R.S. Lal, who is the plant head at the Nabha Power Limited and is leading a team of very efficient engineers. Mr. D.V. Deshpande, CEO, GMR Energy, Chief Operating Officer, GMR Energy, who is also leading a very efficient team, system-based approach in their plant. And Mr. D. Sarkar, who is the chairman of this power plant summit and also executive director of NTPC Limited, and is leading the power plant operations of the entire NTPC fleet. I also would like to mention Mr. Mr. Venkatagiri, who has been a spirit behind all these programs from the very beginning. I believe your presence adds a great value to the overall conference, as all the three organizations are leaders in terms of power plant performance and operations is concerned. Lastly, I would like to welcome you all again to the summit. I hope these 2 days of summit will add a lot of rich experience to your companies. I hope you collect and implement a lot of ideas, technologies, and trends presented in the summit in your organizations. Thank you all.
Thank you, Pankaj Bhatia Saab. I think you said we are the spirit. You are the spirit. We are only the body. We are the ones who execute under the guidelines of people like you. Thank you. Thank you very much for being with us. May I now request Mr. R.S. Lal, Plant Head, Nabha Power, to kindly deliver his special address, please. Thank you, Mr. Lal, for your presence and request you to deliver your address.
Mr. Pankaj Bhartiya, Mr. Deshpande, Mr. Sarkar, thank you, Mr. Venkatagiri, and distinguished guests. Welcome to the 16th Power Plant Summit, a much-awaited event which is being held online this time, the experience of which would be totally new, involving a major shift from the vibrant Hyderabad event of the previous years. I wish to profusely thank the organizers for having given a hardcore O&M engineer like me the opportunity to address this August gathering of power plant professionals in the inaugural session. Over the next 2 days, we would be witnessing some high-quality deliberations on the future of Indian thermal power plants and our efforts to achieve gold standards in terms of efficiency, environment management, and flexible operations. From an O&M engineer's perspective, in every power plant, there are 3 pillars to build upon in order to ensure sustained commercial viability. They are safety, reliability, and efficiency. While the plant efficiency always remains a benchmark to assess plant performance, we should not lose sight of maintaining reliability of the plant. But above all, it is plant safety that is paramount. For us at NPL, it is always safety first. My colleague, Mr. Rajesh Kumar, would highlight our best practices later in the session. The recent past has seen several incidents in thermal power plants and other industries which have taken a heavy toll on life and equipment. These are those incidents which have been covered by media. There would be several more, those with lesser impact, which would have gone unnoticed by media. Enhancing plant safety saves money for the utility by reducing outage, medical expenditure, and workers' compensation costs, and adds value to its business by improving efficiency and productivity. While we thrive to meet international standards in efficiency through this seminar, we must also endeavor to match the world in terms of safety. In India, according to a latest data published by the Ministry of Labour and Employment, 3,562 workers died in factory accidents across India between 2014 and 16, and more than 51,000 were injured in that period. This works out to an average of 3 deaths and 47 injuries every single day. Compare this with aviation fatalities. Worldwide, 50 in 2017, 514 in 2018, and only 239 in 2019. Entire world. For too long, Indian industry has been lax about following safety norms. Amongst all power sources, accidents per terawatt hour of energy produced are highest in case of thermal power plants as compared to any other source, even nuclear power. With cost cutting being the mantra all around, as in the case of procuring quality spares, quality services, or skilled manpower, the frequency of such incidents occurring in future could increase. Findings of departmental committees formed to investigate these incidents are not publicly available for others to learn. What is essentially required is an independent agency at the national level having access and authority to verify facts, which conducts regular safety audits and also gets into the root cause of each incident, just like the DGCA in case of air accidents. The findings need to be published in public domain. A national level database of incidents would also serve a great purpose. I hope members of this summit would like to take this forward. We would be discussing at length on flexibilization later this evening, focusing on equipment that was designed for base load operation, which is now being subjected to far more frequent startups and cool downs. In practice, from an engineering standpoint, one of the issues is that instead of creep fatigue, more commonly associated with base load running, thermomechanical fatigue that is caused due to frequent load changes is an increasingly frequent peril. Increasing downtime due to reserve shutdowns may also heighten vulnerability of the equipment to stress corrosion cracking. Older plants would be at greater risk of equipment damage. We would be looking forward to NTPC's experience in this direction. Challenges in the form of statutory regulations, which keep changing with retrospective effect, have kept thermal plants on their toes. Be it the inclusion of SOx, NOx, and mercury emissions along with the earlier particulate matter only, even for operating plants to the new norms of 2015, or the lifting of curbs on transportation of ROM coal beyond 500 kilometers having ash above 34%, or the mandatory use of treated sewage water for municipalities in thermal plants, or the co-firing of biomass in pulverized fuel fires, or the 100% fly ash as well as bottom ash utilization. The challenges keep coming in quick succession. Already penalties in the form of environmental compensation have been imposed for delay in FGD commissioning and utilization of 100% ash. We must admit we are all part of an industry that is high on creating pollution. It must be understood that clean coal technologies will have to be adopted in the near future for sustained development of the planet as a whole. We still believe, although the government has removed the restrictions, but we still believe that use of clean coal like washed coal would increase boiler efficiency, reduce aux power consumption, as well as CO2 emission, keep stack emissions under control, reduce maintenance of boiler pressure parts, as well as reduce overall coal transportation cost. There would be a thought-provoking session on environmental management, which would also highlight the strategies adopted by utilities. Energy efficiency is the key focus of the summit. Actually, for plants like ours in case 2 bidding, the top line is fixed to the amount of capacity charge as per PPA. The only way to sustain, therefore, is to reduce cost by way of enhanced efficiency and reliability. Adoption of latest digital techniques to monitor and analyze plant performance are the need of the hour. However, it needs to be deliberated whether the heavy cost involved in digitalization and efficiency enhancement measures could be a pass-through in tariff, since it is ultimately the consumer who finally gets the benefit by increase in efficiency of plants and lower cost of generation. The next 2 days would introduce several new concepts, strategies, and benchmarks, which our thermal plant fraternity would certainly benefit from. I wish the event all success. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Mr. Lal. You gave a brilliant introduction to the entire program. You started by saying that you are a hardcore O&M engineer. I think all the 4 of them, Mr. Pankaj Bhatia, Mr. Deshpande, and Mr. Sarkar, are hardcore engineers. We are privileged to have such hardcore engineers to be part of this soft inaugural, perhaps. Recently, one of the senior chairmen of CII mentioned though we are all going virtual and through a virtual platform, many things are being organized. He said, at no point of time, a click can replace a brick. And definitely, definitely, hardcore engineers like you, Mr. Deshpande and Mr. Sarkar and Mr. Pankaj Bhatia, there can never be a soft replacement for all of you. Thank you for being with us here today. Privileged to visit you. May I now request Mr. Divi Deshpande, Chief Executive Officer, GMR Varora Energy Limited, to deliver his special address, please. Mr. Deshpande.
Right. Good afternoon, all. Mr. Pankaj Bhartiya, member, Judges Panel, CII National Award Energy Management. Mr. Lal, Plant Head Limited. Mr. D. Sarkar, Chairman, Power Plant Summit and Executive Director, NTPC Limited. Distinguished guests, speakers, ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to you in this 16th edition of Power Plants Summit 2020. At the outset, let me thank CII for inviting me to be a part of this prestigious annual event. We focus on the energy efficiency, environment management, and flexible operation. When I say 16th edition, I feel a very great of it is the 16th year of this Power Plant Summit. And I can remember the first Power Plant Summit in which, as an individual as well as an organization, we were associated with the CII. And I just remember those days in which from Tata Power, Reliance, CII representative, Giri, I don't remember, but I think Karthikeyan, likewise, many of the CII representatives visited the various power plant, gathered the best practices, at tour, and then the release of a best practice manual, which has happened in the first thermal power plant summit, with the objective that to make Indian power plant world class. When I look at that event, 16 years back, we took 20 days to visit the various plant, collect the data, make the comparison, identify the best practices, and they release the manual. And today we are on the virtual platform. Within a half an hour, the session will be inaugurated, and within 2 days' time, the people who are sitting at the different corner of the country are joining their brains together to formulate the best practices which will make Indian power plant world class. I must thank CII for taking such kind of initiatives in this difficult time for all of us, not only for the power plant people or common people because of this COVID situation. So I place my sincere compliments to the CII team for organizing such an event. Coming back to the best practices, benchmarking, all those activities, which has become a part and parcel of now the all organization and industries. All this has happened because of the initiatives which were taken 15, 16 years back. Today, the power sector, I need to mention about the situation, about the challenges faced by the power plants, operation, business side. Even then, I just will have to mention about the efficiency aspect, cost part to survive and sustain the business. When I'm saying this, implementation of energy efficiency practices is at the core. And referring to this best practices manual or benchmarking activity, it is a time-taking scenario. Once the plant is built up and then you start implementing such kind of practices and making the energy efficiency as well. The time is gone for 2-3 years. So what we are looking from the CII now is that in this challenging scenario, when emerging or changing in environmental norms, flue gas desulfurization, ash utilization, and the water consumption, these are going to be the challenges in coming years. To address these issues, instead of putting the plant and making this thing to happen, CII should come out with the manual in which there will be a design specification for all these activities which are cost effective, giving a best efficiency, energy efficiency, and easy to implement at the design stage instead of doing the modification and implementing these best practices in the future. This is what, as a O&M engineer or as a power plant producer, we are looking at the CII to implement or take such a kind of initiative. FGD is going to be a big challenge for all plants. And if CII can come with the standard specification and give the standard specification to the industry, that will be a great serving to the nation with the start of the FGD project itself. This is what I expect. I wish the conference will come out with a good benchmarking and best practices manual as usual. I wish all the participants a very good management kind of knowledgeable sessions for their improvements. Thank you very much. I once again thank CII for organizing this. Thank you, Giri. Thank you.
Thank you, Deshpande Sahab. We went back 60 years with you mentioning about the first summit which was organized in 2004 at Hyderabad. Thank you. Thanks for being with us all along. And yes, the point you mentioned about developing a manual exclusively on FGD and ash utilization, we will definitely, it's an idea which is worth taking up, sir. It is because of these type of ideas only we need people like you. We will try to put this into practice, and maybe before the next power plant summit, we'll definitely get back with the structure of the manual and prepare it and release it at the earliest as possible. Thank you. Thanks for your suggestion. Thanks for your presence and participation, Deshpande Sahab. And the event over a period of time, as in CII we say, you get the chairman right, the event and the activity takes care of itself. Generally, the chairman and the panel, they give the shape to the entire activity and event. We have been privileged to have the executive director from NTPC in charge of operation leading this the power plant summit for so long. I would like to place our thanks to NTPC and more particularly to Sarkar Sahab for being with us here today and also leading us for this power plant summit. May I request right now Mr. Sarkar, Chairman of Power Plant Summit 2020 and Executive Director of NTPC, to kindly deliver his special address, please. Mr. Sarkar.
Thank you very much, Mr. K.S. Venkatgiri. I'm really happy to be part of this program. Good afternoon to you all, gentlemen. Mr. Pankaj Bhartiya, Judges Panel, Power Sector, CII Green Business Center, Mr. Deshpande, CEO, GMR Energy, Mr. Lal, Plant Head, Nava Power Limited, and Mr. Venkatgiri, Executive Director, CII at Godrej Green Business Center, national and international speakers, delegates, ladies and gentlemen. It's a matter of pleasure for me to be part of this program. I really remember the day when the officials from CII contacted me and talked me about this program. I happily decided that I must be a part of this great function because it happens every year, as we know. I welcome everybody to the 16th edition of the Power Plant Summit 2020, an online summit on thermal power plants. As you all know that the world is passing through one of the most difficult times. We are all fighting this pandemic COVID-19 with all our resources and capabilities. And you see the difficult times brings different kind of responses. And this online summit is also a part of the varied response to the twin challenges of keeping us safe in this difficult time, as well as meeting the business and sectoral requirement of being together in this kind of summit for discussing the situation that is ahead, for the discussing the changes that is taking place continuously in the sector. And in this endeavor, the CII's Power Plant Summit over the years have been one of the main programs related to energy efficiency for thermal power plants. Apart from the energy efficiency, other critical issues such as environment management and flexibility have also come into the core of the summit. Climate change concerns and technological breakthroughs in renewables and solar resulted in large-scale renewable penetration. In fact, climate change concerns and environment have been a major driver of technological developments in the energy sector. Large-scale renewable integration has resulted in flexible operation of many of our coal-fired stations, as Mr. Ral has very elaborately explained about the impact of these renewable integration into the grid that has caused repeated reserve shutdown of our units, fast load ramping and ramp down, sometimes kind of a two-shifting operation, reduction of technical minimum. We have already at 55%, there is talk about going to as low as 40%. And these are the some essential fallouts of this integration, and something more is going to come in future, as we all can foresee. Business environment is also rapidly changing. We have seen the various kind of schedules that have come up now. The stringent tariff norms, RRAs, SCD, AGC, RTM, and we are hearing about MBD also. Then on the environment front, there is pressure to use the biomass, and environmental upgrades are some of the other distinguishing features. All these developments have also adversely affected the thermal power plant performance in terms of efficiency and reliability. Hence, the theme of the summit, achieving world-class standards for thermal power plants through improved energy efficiency, environment management, and flexible operations, rightly captures all the latest developments and the drivers that are required to manage the sector as on date. We have invited the best and the most experienced in the industry to share their experiences in its journey towards handling flexible operation out of large-scale renewable integrations. We have an exclusive session from EPRI USA. They would be sharing their experience on flexible operation, emission control, energy storage, and carbon capture. I would like to share that NTPC and EPRI are already working together in many areas, including flexible operation, part load combustion, and mill optimization, BTL reduction, etc. There are a lot of concerns regarding flexible operation, its impact on the life of equipment and plant, particularly boiler, turbine, generator, environmental equipment, and the resultant forced outages, degradation mechanism, performance deterioration, and redressal strategies, and the technical and the commercial part of it, and of course, the short-term and the long-term measures to handle this. I am sure experts from OEM, EPRI, independent consultant to discuss these aspects and suggest appropriate mitigation strategies based on their experience. We are all very curious to know about Coal First initiative, flexible, innovative, resilient, small, transformative, from the Clean Coal and Carbon Management Office of Fossil Energy, US Department of Energy. We also have a separate session on latest trends and best practices from Japanese thermal power plants, covering environmental management of thermal power plants and CO2 utilization. We are just venturing into the use of environmental control equipments like FGD, NOx control in a large scale. Long-term performance of these technologies for Indian coal is yet not known. Suggestions and expert advice on expected challenges and mitigation measures would be highly appreciated in this forum. Reduction of water consumption is another thrust area of the country, and power plants across the country are taking several measures to reduce it. We are keen to know about the various measures being taken by Japanese utilities in this regard. Large-scale ash utilization is another big concern for Indian power sector. Plants are going for mine backfilling of ash. We understand that this had been in practice in US utilities. Some experience sharing in this area would be very useful for all of us. The emerging technologies are going to be of great assistance, particularly the digital technologies. Reportedly, it is having huge potential. There is not much established applications in thermal power plants so far in our country. We are experimenting with this for 24/7 operational optimization in 2 of our 500 megawatt units. We are also working with some of the companies to establish proof of concept to solve some of the existing problems using artificial intelligence and machine learning. We understand that this is one area where NTPC's expertise in the domain and the digital capabilities can be gainfully utilized for diagnostic and problem solving and process optimization and controls. We have a session on digital technologies covering use of AI for thermal power plant applications, use of drones, etc. Use and relevance of variable frequency drives have increased manifold during flexible operation, and particularly this technical minimum regime when the part load efficiency becomes very important. We would be listening about use of VFD and major drives in power plants and its technology, techno-economics. This could be a very key takeaway from this program. Each of the sessions in our digital summit will be a good learning for each one of us. And I hope the sharing of best practices among the participants will be fruitful for the entire power sector. Lastly, I would again like to thank CII for giving me this opportunity to be part of this inaugural session, and to our delegates to attend this summit as such. I hope that this 2-day summit will add a lot of rich learning to all of us. And I hope and I strongly believe that all of us will learn a lot of new technologies, the best practices, and during this deliberation, there will be a lot of takeaway for all of us, which will be implementing down the line to improve the reliability and efficiency of our plants. Thank you once again. Thank you all for giving us this opportunity to be part of this program. Thank you very much, Mr. Venkat.
Thank you, Mr. Sarkar. It's a privilege to listen to you. Thank you. You rightly brought out the overall perspective by saying difficult times bring in different responses. Yes, we have been trying to do whatever best we could. All of us together, the power plants also have been supporting the country in a big way. Before I go on to the concluding notes, we have an important thing to be done. Sarkar Saab, we have developed the best practices manual, which comprise of some of the best case studies implemented in the power plants in terms of flexibility, reliability, ash utilization, environment, and efficiency improvement. By the click of a button, Chairman Mr. Sarkar, I would request you to kindly release it. Subsequently, this will be made available in the virtual form. Mr. Sarkar, kindly release the power plant summit. You can click it, sir. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Sarkar. Thank you for all the speakers of the inaugural session. I think we have had an excellent inaugural session with Mr. Pankaj Bhartiya leading from giving the overall theme of the program and trace the power plant summit over a period of time. And Mr. R.S. Lal beautifully bringing out how safety, reliability, and efficiency are, all three of them are equally important. He brought out a beautiful point on how efficiency improvement is extremely important by saying top line is anyway fixed. What is in our hands is to reduce the overall costs and then improve our profitability. Thank you, Mr. Lal, for your very illuminating special address. He brought in all the important points of the power plant operation and maintenance. Thank you for participation in the program. And Mr. Deshpande is somebody whom I know personally for a very long time. Our association goes more than 15 to 20 years of time. Thank you for suggesting that about FGD and ash utilization. We would like to take this up subsequently. And thanks for your participation and being here with us. Your support and guidance has been a great source of inspiration for all of us. And lastly, and most importantly, Sarkar Saab, to you and NTPC. NTPC has been a pillar of support in many ways for the entire power sector in the country. Many things which have been taken up in Indian power sector has been led by NTPC from the beginning. Your support and your guidance in terms of developing the whole program has been extremely good. Thanks for your participation, and thanks to NTPC also for being involved in a big way in this program. Before I would also like to thank all the participants for their presence in the program. And before I conclude, would like to, based on whatever suggestions the expert panel has made in this inaugural session, we would like to mention some of the action points which CIA would like to take up. Number one, Mr. Sarkar mentioned about EPRI and the presence of an EPRI speaker in the inaugural session. EPRI has been leading the efficiency improvement in power plants for a long time. And we would, some of the plants have already engaged them on an individual basis. CII is trying to engage with EPRI so that the capability of EPRI is made available to the entire Indian power sector. We would like to seek your views and suggestions on how that could be made possible. And let us know. We would like to work together with all of you in making available the resources of EPRI for the benefit of the entire Indian port sector. The second most important point, which many of you have mentioned, is in terms of FGD and ash utilization becoming more and more important in the days to come. So we would like to work on a manual both on FGD and ash utilization. We did initiate some action with the government of Maharashtra on how to increase the utility of ash utilization, how to increase the revenue from ash utilization with the government of Maharashtra. We would like to take it up for the entire power sector, one in terms of utilization of ash as well as FGD. We will get back to you, sir. Thank you, Deshpande sir, for suggesting this idea. We would like to take this up. Third point, sir, Mr. Lal mentioned about flexibility. Mr. Sarkar Saab mentioned about the utilization of biomass and the renewable energy integration. This is something which is going to become the order of the day tomorrow or day after. We are going to have large number of renewable energy plants coming up in the entire country, and which makes the flexible operation of a thermal power plant extremely important, and also utilization of biomass and integration with renewable energy is going to become more and more important. We would like to focus on this third aspect in terms of integration of renewable energy and biomass in thermal power plant, and also how the thermal power plants can become more flexible. And Mr. Lal mentioned about how the flexibility aspect brings in the fatigue component, how to address that. The other aspect which you would like to focus on. So working with EPRI, manual on FGD and ash utilization. Third, flexibility, biomass and renewable energy integration. The third point. The fourth most important, as this conference also indicates, is in terms of using the digital technology, artificial intelligence and machine learning. There have been some experiments with the thermal power plants in terms of utilization of drones from the point of view of safety. There could be much more opportunities for improving the efficiency of thermal power plants through digitalization and artificial intelligence. We would like to explore this opportunity. We would like to look forward to your guidance for doing it. All these four could be in the form of some focused sessions, training programs, bringing in from experts from outside the country, as well as development of a manual. We will get back to this elite panel subsequently on what we can do in these four areas. Look forward to your continued support. Once again, thanks to all of you. Thanks to Mr. Pankaj Bhatia, Mr. R.S. Lal, Deshpande Saab and Sarkar Saab for all your presence and guidance. We look forward to your continued guidance. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, with this, we come to the end of the inaugural session. The other sessions would follow subsequently. Very shortly, the other sessions would also start in about 10 minutes of time. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.